Hey, so I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't think of an intro for this video like I normally do where it's a little skit. So I'm just gonna explain, I'm gonna be drawing 100 comments that I already asked you guys. So you guys can watch me do that and kind of suffer because it was really fun to do. But honestly, I don't think I've drawn that many focuses, Kyles, Doritos, ducks. Oh my god. You guys will just have to see because it was immense. Okay, the first comment says, can you draw Snorlax holding Elderwood Blade from M2? I don't know how to draw Elderwood Blade, so I gave Snorlax a Ditto face and I gave him some purple knife. The second comment asks, it doesn't even ask, it just has Frog Andy. So Frog Andy is just an avatar. Andy had the whole friend group made a big joke about it. So here I am drawing him as a frog. The third comment says, draw the Roblox GC as cats with their main items on their head. This is from Sham. I promised I'll be from fans later on, don't worry. I just drew 4 of us, the people that will probably be known as cats, me, Erin, Sham, and Focus, but later on I'll draw more. The fourth comment is by Ellie, and it just says, a badger. So, badger. Next comment is by a fan, finally, not friends anymore. Kyle stroking his cat, Sprinkles. I have spoken to Kyle about his cat. Sprinkles is adorable, so here it is. I do want to say I do come back to a lot of these drawings and refine them, so if you think, oh, they look unfinished, it's because I just come back to them later. The next comment says, draw yourself with a ducky hat, on with a dinosaur costume, eating dino nuggies. So let's do that. I really struggled with this one, so please just trust it. I come back to this and I make it look so much better than it already is, because I leave it for a little bit. The next comment says, a carrot dancing on a rainbow. So yeah, let's do that. This reminded me of something straight out of Adventure Time or The Amazing World of Gumball. Alright, this is one of the comments from later on. It's comment 19, and it says, draw your favorite character eating your favorite food. By the way, love your content. Thank you so much. This comment made me think about how I wasn't sure what my favorite characters were. Like, I love watching TV shows and anime, but I don't have a favorite. But then I realized I literally have my own characters in my head that I've made myself, and with the help of this video sponsor Craftsy, I was able to watch professional courses on how to actually design these characters that I've had in my head for like a year. Craftsy is an online resource for anything creative. There are so many things to learn, it's incredible. If I had the time, I would have taken up crochet. I personally took Gerardo Escamilla's class on character design and turnarounds. Those were by far my favorite, because you do think it's easy in your head. You think, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do, until you try it. And it only clicked for me when I watched these Craftsy videos, because sometimes you do just need to watch a professional video on how it's made and how it's done. And yeah, I ended up getting a result that I actually like. I've actually got a character now that I can draw for this comment, which is why I'm really happy to say that the first 1,000 of you to click the link in the description will get a full year of premium membership for Craftsy for only $1.49 for new members only. So yeah, let's all make new characters, let's all improve. Anyways, back to the video. The next comment was actually kind of funny. It's a bunny trying other veggies instead of carrots, which is on theme. So here's the bunny with a dead potato from The Amazing World of Gumball, apparently. The next comment is, draw a duck wearing a cowboy hat, drinking milk in front of a cow wearing a banana hat. There's ducks. Oh my god. Wow. Who comes up with this? Bro, I'm so shocked, but honestly, I'm gonna take it because I like drawing milk cartons in a cartoon style. I know they said cow, so I know they meant like the black and white one, but I really went for the orange Highland cow, I think they're called, because I find them so cute. I've got a jelly cat of him. Okay, we're on the 10th comment. It says, Pickle Rick eating nacho cheese with the Wendy's girl. Honestly, I don't even know what Wendy looks like because I'm British, not American, but so I had to search it up. The next comment says, a pug with a burrito costume, which I thought was absolutely adorable, so here it is. The next comment just screams, an alligator cat! So here. And the next comment is very tame. It just says, a cheeseburger. I literally forgot to put the S in cheeseburger, but here it is. I love it. The next comment just says, draw a stone. So here you go. I did try to make it as interesting as possible, but the next comment says, a dog with a very, 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 very long top hat. So you know what I can do. I did take inspiration from Orb, where they kind of just add on to drawings they've already made if the comments match up. Next comment just says bread. Just bread. Comment 17 says, draw a pizza eating a pizza in front of a pizza. And I'm pretty sure when I was drawing this, I basically just drew a pizza eating a pizza because there was so many pizzas I forgot that I needed another one. So sorry about that. The next comment says, draw a capybara please. I love your vids. You're so talented. Thank you so much. And I've been waiting for a capybara comment because I've never drawn one and they're so cute. I did use a reference for this one, but I think he's so cute. I love how he came out. The next comment is comment 19 I use for the sponsor. Draw your favorite character eating your favorite food. My favorite food at the moment is Japanese curry. It's so good. And my favorite character is the one I've made. So I'm not going to tell you his name yet because that's secret. He's a little knight guy. Feel free to ask me questions about him. I'll answer them in the comments. But okay, let's go into the next comment. The next comment, which is comment 20, says draw 3 rotten strawberries on a piece of toast. And I thought this idea was weirdly really cool. So I had fun with this. The next comment says, can you draw me? Okay. I only did this because Claudia's outfit is interesting. The next comment says, try drawing a mythical creature. Example, a dragon or an elf. You can do mythical hybrids. I thought I would love this, but turns out I don't know how to draw mythical creatures as much as I love them. I'm sure you saw at the start, I tried drawing a Cerberus, and I think he's so cute, and I'm so sad I couldn't draw him. And then I ended up drawing a griffin, I think it's called. I really don't like how this came out. I will do your comment justice another time, promise. The next comment says, how about drawing your dog? It's so cute. And just after I failed drawing Cerberus, so this will redeem me. The next comment says, you should draw Jin Yu from K-pop Demon Hunters. Now this was a challenge. I'm actually kind of annoyed I deleted the first sketch because it looked better than this one. I'm really not happy with this drawing, but I just moved on because I was like, there's no point bothering over it. I did think it looked like Yuta Okotsu from JJK, but anyway. The next comment 25, so we're a quarter of the way there, says, can you draw a bunch of avocados? Love your videos. Thank you so much. But yeah, let's do this. I do come back to like all these drawings, so what you're seeing now are improved later on, so stick until the end. But the next comment is draw an online friend riding a roller coaster. It can be during the ride or going into it or after. Basically, draw an online friend with some sort of roller coaster. So I chose my friend Ellie. This was actually super fun to draw, and I'm glad I got to do some bigger drawings, and it led to this funny conversation. The next comment says, you should draw a Roblox character getting teleported into another game / dimension and being super confused. Which is quite a lot. I did really like this comment though. I had this whole vision of like someone floating about to get teleported with these pixels. So it was really fun. The next comment says, you could draw someone you looked up to when you first started YouTube or before you started. I have tons of people, but I was like, I want to go for someone who I loved when I was really young, and obviously that's Stampy. I used to draw him all the time in primary school and doodle him, and I love his Minecraft story mode design, so that's what I went with. Okay, so the next comment says, you should draw Kyle in a burger suit, and the opportunity has arisen where I can just add something to an already made drawing, so that's what I did. At comment 30, it says, can you draw a unicorn please, with the unicorn emoji. And I was like, well, the only unicorn I should draw is the one from Despicable Me, so that's what I did. Anyways, the next comment says, can you draw a realistic-ish Daisy? I don't mind where... Okay, I'm not good with realistic stuff, and Daisy is quite like hard to make look realistic, but I tried. Anyways, the next comment asks, you should draw a frog eating a strawberry. So I made Andy eat a strawberry. The 33rd comment says, you should draw yourself riding a unicorn while holding your favorite plush or food. Since I already had a unicorn, I just drew myself, and I was holding a Pluto because that's my childhood soft toy. I love him. Anyways, the next comment says, you should recreate your old art in your new art style. And at first I wasn't going to do this, but I found it really interesting. So I picked this art. I'm not going to say who it was of because I don't talk to him anymore. But I really liked the art at the time, so I recreated it. And honestly, I don't hate it. I had to check this comment wasn't from the last person I did at the start, but it says basically make the same thing with the dino costume, but with the duck having the little glasses. So I just added that on. The next comment asked, draw a frog eating a taco with a party hat on. And I was like, oh, I've already got a frog. So I turned the strawberry into a strawberry taco. So isn't that probably gross? The next comment asks, your Roblox avatar in your style, but as a girl, so gender bending, which is really lucky because I actually have a gender bent avatar, which was mainly for Zoe's video, you know, Zoe the noob, and I kept the avatar, so I just drew that. I was wondering maybe I'd have a different personality as a girl, maybe I'd be more, I don't know, rude. I've got no idea. I'm just imagining it, but I thought it was fun. The next comment says, Dylan with a shiny bald head. So obviously I had to do that. Coincidentally, the next video is also a JD one. It says, draw JD, Dylan as Minion, and Joven as Dr. Nefario. And for a second I didn't know who that was until I realized it's from the Minions. I love this idea so much. Sorry, I forgot to record that one, which I'm so sad by, but the next comment says, can you draw my PFP please? I didn't do too many of these comments because I didn't want to do too many, but the avatar was interesting, so I was like, yeah, I'll draw it. Comment number 41 says, can you draw a South Korean frog eating buldak ramen? I don't think I actually searched up what buldak ramen is, but I searched up what a South Korean frog looked like, and I couldn't really find anything, so I just kind of drew a normal frog. The next two comments are the same. It's about drawing butterfly. I drew two because there's two comments, and I did purple and blue, mainly because the commenters' profile pictures were purple and blue, but also purple for Shinobu from Demon Slayer and then blue for Finn from Adventure Time. I just love referencing cartoons and stuff I like in my drawings. Next comment says, draw Eren eating strawberries. So obviously had to. I love Eren, she's one of my favorite people. But the next comment says you should draw yourself as your favorite Pokemon. And I was gonna do like some sort of legendary, but first of all they're complicated to draw. Second of all, I was like, I wanna do a normal Pokemon, so I did Quagsire. He's so derpy. I love his face. Plus I realized I could just make him pink and blue, and his shiny is pink. It's like perfect. The next comment says, draw a cat sitting at a small table with a newspaper and coffee. I love this idea, and I did use a reference, and I don't think I saved it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, I found it instantly. I remember typing cat human sit, and I found it instantly. Anyways, the next comment said, draw lemurs eating Takis on a planet that's about to explode, which is a mouthful, and I dreaded this comment for a while until I did. I had to search what Takis look like, and I was like, oh, I don't know what else to do. I had to search what lemurs look like. Oh, it was hard. Anyways, the next comment said you should draw Vanny as a marshmallow or draw Pink Mink and Vanny combined. And as much as I love Pink Mink, I find his avatar very hard to draw. So I went for the marshmallow approach. It did feel like I was drawing that Jellycat, which I've also got in the marshmallow ones. But it was very quick, and I was like, I want to do something more creative. So I ended up doing a separate little drawing for Vanny's marshmallows. Okay, so the next comment says you should draw Woozloo or Woozlo in a UFO. I didn't know who this was, and I searched up and it turns out it's a YouTuber, and I wasn't going to draw him at first because I don't know him, but then his avatar is kind of cool as an astronaut, so I went for it. Plus I had this really good idea where the lemur planet was getting evacuated by this guy in a spaceship, so I loved it. We're at comment 50 now, and it says, can you draw yourself? By the way, I love your content, thank you so much. But also, what's a comment to have halfway on? I wanted this drawing to be a bit different. I wanted it to be a bit more realistic because I've never actually really drawn myself, at least not more in a realistic style. Because it's hard to accept your own features and stuff, but I really wanted to try it. And this photo is what I used as a reference. I do come back to this drawing because I get the hair color really wrong. I am a bit more blonde than that, although I have got darker hair than what my avatar would suggest. Basically, love yourself no matter what, because the things you see in the mirror are not the same things other people see. Anyway, let's go back to the normal conversation. The next comment is, you should draw a can of beans, just beans. And I love that idea. Anyways, the next comment says, you should draw me and Godzilla. So, I've never drawn Godzilla. We all know how I am with mythical creatures, so I tried my best, but I did not try that hard. I think I've only watched like one Godzilla. I'm not even sure what it was. But I found out there was a pink version of it, and I thought that looked cooler than the blue one, so I drew that one, and it looks like an Ender Dragon. I said I'd try my best, not my hardest. Anyway, the next comment is, draw a banana with a floaty around it while jumping in a pool saying, I'm a mermaid. This comment cracked me up, but it is also one of the most important comments because I end up drawing a lot more with this pool background for a lot of different comments later on. And I do end up redrawing the banana, just saying. The next comment says, make a wolf with a party hat dancing. Now, I can barely draw a dog, let alone a dancing dog, and I don't know what a dancing dog looks like, so I kind of left that part out. Sorry, not sorry. Make a person out of marshmallows. Oh, my face lit up when I saw this comment because I immediately thought Marshmalline, the campfire queen. I love Adventure Time so much, and I think this is one of my favourite versions of Marceline because of how weird it is. And I'll always take an opportunity to draw Adventure Time. Anyways, let's go on to the next comment. Weird thing, an elephant with a tutu on, like, as a fairy. I'm not gonna lie, I think I missed that last bit. I just drew an elephant in a tutu, and it's another one of those, I'll try my best, not my hardest kind of thing, which is why it's next to the other Godzilla. It was bad. Quickly moving on, the next comment is Snoopy eating pizza by Molly. Love Molly. Also, I'm sorry if anyone has made these comments, got it in the video, and then it ends up being one of my really bad drawings. I don't mean to be that bad. It's just some of these things are hard to draw, but I love the randomness. I just realized this person has also got stuck into my folder twice, and I didn't notice, so that's not going to count. This is technically 59 still. This, they say they want a lemon cake, and I'm not sure if there's different kinds of lemon cake, but I went for what I call lemon drizzle, or at least in the UK that's what it's called, lemon drizzle. Delicious. Recommend it if you haven't had it before. I've just realized this person has already been in the video, but I already made the video. They asked me to draw Muichiro Tokito. You've been in it twice. It's not your fault because you generally just commented twice. It's my fault for not checking. But yeah, I drew Muichiro from Demon Slayer. I'm sorry if you didn't get in. There'll be a part 2 if this video does well anyway. And I'm sorry if anyone else has got let in twice because there was supposed to be only one person. But the next person says a duck eating bread with a flower on its head, which actually rhymes now that I'm reading it out loud. Love this idea. Anyways, the next one says Loki should draw a plushed fox or something like that. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to make it blue like your profile picture. Next comment says, can you draw Boba? Yes, I can, apparently. The next comment says, okie dokie, can you draw me a raccoon? I don't think I can, but I'll try. The next one's kind of long. It says, you should draw all of your MM2 friends at a pool party. This is where the pool I drew earlier comes in handy. With this one, I took a lot of time and it's such a small bit of the page, but I drew Justin, Kyle, me, Focus, Sham and Erin. Those are just the people I chose and I had so much fun drawing this. It was so cute. The next comment says, I think it'd be so cool if you made your favorite character into a taco. So I used my own character, which I designed earlier. I had so much fun drawing this. He's such a little cute, he's a cute little guy in a taco costume, which is so funny to me. I love this comment so much. The next comment says, a character from your favorite TV show / series. So I picked a real life person from a show called The Good Place, which is so good. I'm not going to spoil it, but I recommend it. It's so good. It's on Netflix. I love this character as well. So that's all I have to say. The next comment says a strawberry with a top hat and a mustache. Little dignified little guy. Comment 69 says red fox or a raccoon from Grow a Garden birthday edition. I don't play Grow a Garden that much and I don't know what the birthday edition meant, so I'm pretty sure I just gave this fox a little top hat because I've already drawn a raccoon. On to comment 70, another top hat, a duck with a top hat eating grapes on a picnic table, and I've got a picnic table, so that's really handy. The next comment says draw Perry the Platypus eating chips with a duck plush on a Perry the Platypus head. I think I left out the head bit, but I just made a picnic table, so easy. I'm loving all the comments asking me about different series. This one says, can you draw an alien based off Alien Stage? I've never really heard of this or watched it, so I looked it up and I didn't really understand if they were aliens because they look like people to me. So I just drew in the art style, my persona. I swear you guys are hungry, but the next comment says draw a taco dog. It's 11 PM and I ate chocolate bars. Okay. I just had a dog, but this one says a cat, but it's a cheeseburger and a cat with dog fries. So I just wanted to fill up the space because I was getting little gaps and I just wanted to see if I could fill it up. So that's what I did with this comment. Comment 75, so 3/4 of the way here. It says you should draw an ice cream with a snowman on top, and I had the vision for this straight away. Loved this idea so much. You fit with the strawberry. But the next comment says, can you draw an orange white cat wearing a helmet on a skateboard? Yes, I'm getting the feeling I've already had this person once, but I'm gonna ignore it. It says draw a jelly cat in as jelly. And I love jelly cats, as I'm sure you guys already know. I think this is one of my favorite smaller doodles. And the next comment says draw two Mofand having a sleep. I did have to Google this and I have seen them on Roblox, but that's the extent of how much I know about these cute cats. The next comment says draw a wedding cake, and since I'd drawn a jelly cat recently, I drew another one. I did have to expand the canvas as well, by the way. And the next comment says, can you draw a rock with a face? And I felt like I'd already done this because I had with the stone comment early on. So I drew a proper rock, kind of like Fortnite kind of rock. Anyways, comment 81 says, hi, can you draw a rainbow dash from My Little Pony, please? I've never watched My Little Pony, but I can give it a bad try. I feel like I disgraced all My Little Pony people. But the next comment says, can you please draw a mystery from K-pop Demon Hunters in a boba cup? And I already have a boba cup, so guess what I did? Yep, I copy and pasted it. I also love like Demon Hunters, but I can't draw any of the characters, so I hate the drawing I did for him. Anyway, the next comment says, can you draw a cute box of ramen noodles? And I don't know what a cute box looks like, so I was stuck on this, but I ended up just drawing from a reference. Anyways, the next comment says, draw the hyperpigmentation meme, but way better. I assume this meant make it realistic, or at least a bit more realistic than like how it was. So I tried, and I tried not to use a side profile like reference. Anyway, the next comment says, draw your character chilling with Iron Man. I know it's so random. No, I love it. I want it random, and it's so lucky because I've already got my character chilling, so I just need to just draw Iron Man. The next comment says, can you draw a coconut? Love you, Chili. Oh, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. And I'm so glad that you guys give me some simple ideas and then some really ballistic ideas. It makes the whole piece look so much more insane. The next comment says, draw a baby tiger eating Doritos with a butterfly on its head. And I swear I've drawn butterflies and Doritos quite a lot, but you guys know I love tigers, I hope. I love tigers, so of course I had to do this. But of course the next comment is draw a cookie monster eating all the cookies. I never really watched the show the Cookie Monster is from. I think it's Sesame Street. I hope. I might get flamed for that. The next comment says, a cat wearing bread because why not? And why not indeed, because I've had a loaf of bread since the start of this video and I've been waiting to use it. Comment number 90 says, your dog eating with you. And I'm pretty sure I've had this person already. I'm not sure though. I'm not going to check because that would make me sad. Anyways, the next comment says, fox with pizza in its mouth. And this is why I love the end of the video, because it meant I could be very lazy. True little Minecraft pizza. But the next comment says, can you join my profile? It's my dead dog. And you know, I love animals so much, so I felt like I had to do this. So I made a little tribute, obviously. And of course, the next comment brings back the duck curse. Draw Vanya and Kyle accept their ducks. So that was pretty easy, and I've already got a little location, a pool for ducks, so easy enough to place them. The 96th comment says, Focus and Kyle, and that's it. So, okay. I mean, I made a storyline because Focus is dead in the pool. He's now a ghost eating a picnic, which is nice at least. I had a comment say leopard shark, and I obviously drew it, and I don't know how I've lost it because I got all the comments and then I drew them in order. So I don't know how I've lost it, but if you were the one that said leopard shark, this is your comment. I asked some friends for the last few comments, and one of them said, whatever I remind you of. And I said, a white cat. And they said, yeah, with a pink bow. And I was like, okay. This person, Papa Apple Pie, said, why not? I'd say pick your 2 favorite characters from a show or a comic and combine them. I'm commissioning Apple Pie, I'm going to call him, for a banner, so be excited for that because I love his art so much. But yeah, I love this idea, and I combined my character and Rengoku, I think it was. And for comment 100, Princess Gojo, of course, by Eren, of course, who else? That is the end of the video, and this is the final piece. The left is a bit more blank than I'd like, so of course, if this video does well and you guys want it, comment down things you would like, preferably only 1 comment per person, and you might be in the next video, or the 3rd, or whatever. Thank you for watching, and bye.